Not for war and occupation. Not for war and occupation.
We look to the one power that's greater than the power of the Zionists and the imperialists. And that's the power of the international working class. That's the Arab workers, the Palestinian workers, and the Hebrew-speaking workers, and the immigrant workers in Israel and Palestine. They have the power and they have the interest in stopping the Zionist oppressors. And only they have that power. I'm sorry, but the Islamist rulers of Egypt are no friends of the Palestinian people. They are the second biggest recipients of U.S. military aid after Israel. It is a lie to say they are friends of the Palestinian people. It's a dangerous solution. We need workers' revolution throughout the Near East. Let me finish by saying one thing. You know, there's talk about boycott, sanctions, and divestment. Well, if you really wanted to, boycott the biggest war criminals in the world, why not boycott the United States? Well, of course, that's not going to work. And everybody knows it's not going to work. It's just a lame kind of pressure tactic just of people who have no faith in the real power that can stop these atrocities to the working class. But let me remind you that on May Day of 2008, every port on the West Coast was shut down by the workers in those ports against the U.S. imperialist war in Iraq and Afghanistan for full citizenship rights for all immigrants. That's the kind of power we look to stop the murderous siege of Gaza and the West Bank and free the Palestinian people. The power of the working class.
They're still committing a crime even if there is ceasefire. And we have to also focus that with this war they killed innocent people. In the last war, Producer war, they killed 1,400 people. And they've been doing this since 1948.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza!
Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation.
Not for war and occupation! Not for war and occupation!
I have some friends in the West Bank right now, and I like to pass on some things that they've spoken to me and they've asked me to share. The first thing is that there were a lot of comments when this started, this is in the Facebook world, about, pray for Gaza, pray for Israel, or, donate to a medical organization, what have you. And a lot of my friends came and said, no, the most important thing we can do is act. And that direct action, like what we're seeing tonight, and what has been happening all throughout the Arab world and the rest of the world, is how we're going to draw attention to this spring end. And one of the other things that I'd like to bring up, especially here in the rhetoric around this conflict in the United States, we've made a huge mistake of falling into a religious connotation to the rhetoric that we have, and that's something that I've seen a lot. Even just now, someone drove by and asked us, I don't know exactly the reference, but something like, where could he find a synagogue, something like that. And the first thing they said to me when I asked them, what can I tell Americans about what's going on, is, I had a friend who said to me, Israel is ruining the name of Jews around the world. And when we fall into this trap, it's something that a lot of Palestinians aren't falling into. And fighting the rhetoric here in the United States, we can fight flow of money from the United States to Israel, and we can fight support from the United States to Israel that allows these things to happen. So,
Right on.
all right.
Thank you, brother.
Check. So, let's just be real here. We're all about to celebrate the genocide of 50 million natives tomorrow. So, instead of standing around with a bunch of signs in the car, what you could do is buy a bicycle, stop supporting the murder Muslim people all over the world. Stop putting the blood of people into your tanks. You could also stop using bottled water and plastic, and that'd go a really long way to making an actual change, and not just assuaging your guilty consciences in participating in what is the most destructive force that's ever existed in the history of recorded human history. That's all I gotta say. Woo.
You know, the Native Americans were slaughtered, so this stupid mall could be here, and the Palestinians are going through exactly the same thing, but the United States won already, and that's exactly what's happening to the Palestinian people. And I think that there's a lot of Americans that don't realize that this is not, it's not, that's exactly how they talked about the America, as if there was no people here, as if Native Americans were ancient peoples. That's how it was taught to me when I was in elementary school, and I think that we have to make those connections more and more to bring people together to fight against the racist, Zionist, practically fascist state of Israel. And we need more than just a revolution in the Middle East. We need a worldwide socialist revolution that deconstructs the systems of oppression that contain and continue this occupation, as well as the subjugation of the native peoples of the United States. And this is, really important that we actually recognize this and remind people that we're eating with tomorrow night that this isn't actually Thanksgiving, it's Thanksgiving. And Israel has done exactly the same thing with their siege on Gaza. So, yeah, and let's get rid of Zionism, get rid of racism, and actually fight for a better world.
What folks think about us doing a little bit of a march? All right, that sounded like people want to do a march. So why don't we start heading this way? We'll loop around the downtown area and let more and more people know that we stand in solidarity with the Palestinian people as we chant. All right, here we go. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Where's Palestine? Let us attack! What do we do? Where's Gaza? Let us attack! What do we do?
Occupation is a crime!
From Iraq to Palestine!
From Iraq to Palestine!
Occupation is a crime!
Occupation is a crime!
From Iraq to Palestine!
From Iraq to Palestine!
Occupation is a crime. From Iraq to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime! From Iraq to Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Intifada! Palestine will be free! Intifada! Intifada!
Long live Intifada!
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free!
Killing children is a crime!
One of the things that we hear in the media a lot, lies, yes, absolutely. But this idea that this has been a retaliation against the Palestinian people, but we know that the occupied have the right to...
Resistance is justified when people are occupied. Resistance is justified when people are occupied.
Real quick, I want all the students and members of Students United for Palestinian Equal Rights to come on over here real quick, if you can. Raise your hands, come around. Let's give all of them a huge round of applause. Put on a huge... They put on a really impressive
protest. Remy Kanazi, the Palestinian slam poet, came. Deepa Kumar came on Monday and spoke about Islamophobia and how we can fight back here. I want to say right now, we've got about 7 members of Students United for Palestinian Equal Rights that are able to help organize a lot of the stuff with the support from members of the community. Again, we know the fight continues. We know Palestinians still suffer under apartheid. We know Gaza is still under siege. And we know that the U.S. is the #1 supporter for Israel. Militarily, financially, politically. The occupation, apartheid, would crumble within 24 hours if we were able to end this support here. So the role that we play here in organizing ourselves, in educating people, in bringing people together and fighting back against the policies of the United States government, the policies of Israel, are absolutely critical. So again, I want to make sure folks get signed up for Students United for Palestinian Equal Rights. And I really want to encourage everyone to come out to the panel 1 week from tomorrow. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Again, you need to be on the super listserv because we're not 100% sure what exactly the time or location is because it's still in the workings. But it's going to be an awesome panel with members of super, members of the community, and we're going to dig deeper into these issues. So keep an eye out for that. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live the Intifada!
Long live the Intifada!
Free, free Palestine!
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 Long live Intifada!
Long live the Intifada!
Intifada! Intifada!
Intifada! Intifada!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
Again, thank you everybody for coming out. If you haven't signed up with the listserv, right here, if you can raise your hand, Sarah, raise your hand. You sign up on the listserv, make sure, so you find out about the panel. And again, there's a ceasefire right now, but like we said, at any time, it could be broken. And on top of that, we need to continue to struggle, organize, and fight back. And one other thing I want to say that I think members in the community might know about, but I'm not sure, is that folks might be seeing buses around here that have been driving around, and they have these horribly racist ads on them that say, in any war between the savage and the civilized man, stand with the civilized man, support Israel, defeat jihad. It is this kind of naked racism, this kind of colonial language, the fact that it's on our buses is absolutely horrible. So everybody should give TriMet a call and let them know that those ads of absolute racism against members of our community have to go down. And we also need to organize and fight back here against Islamophobia right here in this town as well, in Portland. Thanks all for coming out.
Joe and Bobby, boldly going where the corporate media won't.